Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1192nd edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Good evening, traders. This video is being filmed on Sunday night, that is June 23rd, 2014, for trading Sunday through Monday, maybe a little into Tuesday, moving forward this week. As we know, futures trading can be extremely risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We know that futures trading is not suitable for all trading accounts. All right, traders, so what do we have? Right off the bat, we know that we have a green OMNI for trading in the U.S. indices, a green OMNI for S&P, a green OMNI for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We are starting off with a green OMNI, and I love to applaud for those green OMNIs. So let's look around. You are looking at the Russell 2000 daily bar chart, the September daily bar. I have shown this to you on many occasions, and in the last couple of videos, I showed you this flag, and I put this circle here, and I said, look, at the juncture of where this parallel channel meets this bull flag, at that juncture is a buy, and I showed you this, and the market went higher. Boom, 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 boom. And then it created number two, another flag just like it. And in my last video, right at this spot, or two videos ago, I said, look, the same thing right at this juncture, or at this junction, if you will, of where the flag meets the channel. Looks like a great buy, and the market should explode. That was on Monday night's video last week. 2 days later, this was the bar that we put in right here. This daily bar was created. Monstrous, right? So here we are continuing higher and higher. You got to love the analysis behind the daily euro. And bravo for those flags, right? Was that not wonderful? Woohoo! Those flags were just right on time. All right, so let's move forward. Let's go look at a weekly, if you will, of the same Russell 2000. When we glance at the weekly Russell 2000, you'll notice that, as I've been telling you in every video for the last 5 videos, it is still lagging badly, albeit coming up quickly, still lagging. Why would I say that? This line represents the previous high, the highest price the Russell ever traded. So we take the line, we stretch it across, and you recognize not even there yet. We're supposed to be hitting somewhere around here soon, but here's where we are now. So why I'm showing you this is because other markets had no trouble getting above the highs, and the Russell is still lagging behind. So we're expecting the laggard to continue to race its way up. So daily and weekly, as you've seen in the Russell, look really, really strong. So let's look at other markets. How about the emini S&P? When we look at the emini S&P, we recognize that the emini is in a wonderful parallel channel and looking fantastic on the daily bar. In fact, it stayed, if you can look from back here, it stayed in the channel, bottom, top, gets underneath for a brief period, but then gets right back above and stays inside the channel for quite some time, hits the top, gets above the top, comes back and tests the yellow line for support, finds support at the major yellow support line, was resistance, now support, and has taken off to build an F flag. Bravo on the emini S&P, looking strong. Then we can look at the weekly on the emini S&P, and the weekly looks fantastic. Take a look at this. There is nothing wrong with this chart. We've been in this parallel channel for quite some time. You can see here we've been in it. It goes back way further. We've been in from top to bottom, top, bottom, right? You can go here, top, bottom. So nice, strong market here, staying inside the parallel channel. This was previous highs, this red line. This is how far above previous highs we are. Why is the Russell lagging? It certainly will not. It should move higher. On the weekly, here's our target, and I like this target on the emini S&P on the weekly bar, not for this week, but on the weekly bar chart. Here's your target, looking good. Let's continue on. There are a few other markets that are absolutely worth looking at. We'll switch back to a daily view, and then we'll go check the NASDAQ out for a moment. Here we are, NASDAQ daily bar chart. Very interesting chart here as well. Why? Monstrous, monstrous blue parallel channel. Market looking fantastic. No arguing at all that it's just getting stronger and stronger on the way up. Market is looking good. I don't know if you'd call this a channel, but I certainly know that we would call the bottom line support. And it's been holding support quite well and looks like it wants to rally up and maybe dock itself up here like it usually does when it starts heading towards this blue line. So let's see if the NASDAQ wants to continue. Now, of all the charts, the NASDAQ's not as pretty, but better than the Russell because at least it has bested its previous high. Russell's nowhere near the previous high. If you look closely right here, in fact, I'll blow it up for you so you cannot miss it. Let's just zoom in quickly and I'll show you that we have bested the highs there for the NASDAQ. If you look right here, you'll see that the previous high in the NASDAQ was here. And voila, we've bested it. So NASDAQ is above its previous high. I showed you that the S&P is above its previous high. Russell is still way below. Russell's like down here compared to its previous high. Russell is the laggard. Now, if we look at the weekly on NASDAQ, another pretty looking chart here. Take a look at this weekly. Look at how the NASDAQ has clearly broken out above previous highs represented by the red line and is building a nice little pattern moving higher, stair-stepping higher. I think our target right here is probably going to come into play. And as you can see, this market plays no games. It generally goes from bottom, works its way to the top, comes back to the bottom, starts working its way to where? Iraq, working its way to the top. That's what we're expecting. That is your NASDAQ. So then we take a look at another market very quickly. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And wait until you see this bad boy. Not bad looking. You've seen this in my last video. I told you that the way I do analysis, my brand of analysis, proves to me that what we're looking at here is a continuation pattern and not a topping head and shoulders. I'll repeat why. Because you cannot have a market as big and broad as the Dow Jones Industrial Average in this major bull market for a few years now top off with a little teeny formation this size. Not happening. You know what I mean? That's not going to top off this market. So I showed you that, and I said that is exactly what this should be. And bravo, because here's where we are now. Very nice breakout. Very, very nice set of analysis there. And then we look at the weekly. This is even more interesting when you go out to the weekly. Look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average on the weekly. Very, very smart breakout above all of its previous highs. Very, very nice looking chart. Wants to work its way higher. So you've got to love what you're seeing here. Then there's this, traders. Let's shift gears for a minute. Let's go take a look at this euro currency chart because I think you're going to find it quite interesting. I know I certainly found it very interesting. Look at this euro currency chart. And the first flag that I showed you was this red flag, flag number 1, right here. And I said, boom, flag, we should break. We did break. The analysis works. We have flag number 1. So the market breaks down from flag number 1 and starts to create this yellow flag number 2. So we've got red flag number 1. Bear flag, market drops. Yellow flag number 2, but this one gets interesting. Why? Because the market jumps out of it for a day or so, but not far, just tests the top of the flag, jumps out a little bit. I circle it and said, very interesting. Let's keep our eyes on that. And the market dumps for number 2. Boom, boom, you come all the way down here. So flag number 2, the yellow flag, works. Then we start to build number 3, the blue flag, the one that we're in now. And what does the market do? Very interesting. Jumps out of the flag just like it did over here, right here. Jumps back into the flag. It's all the way down to here. Here's where we settled on Friday. I say number 3 works. The euro looks like it wants to move lower. Have a look at your own euro chart. Take a look at these bear flags. See what you think of the euro currency. And don't forget, traders, most importantly is what we're looking at here. This one has told the story. This one has been the leader. This one has taken all the other markets higher, and that is the Russell. Massive flag worked perfectly. Another flag worked perfectly inside of a wonderful, wonderful parallel channel. And you've seen that. I've been showing it to you every video. And I think we stay in that channel and look at this. Wow, did we move higher after we came out of the flag, just like we did when we came out of this flag. Bravo for technical analysis. Bravo for the green Omni for trading Sunday, Monday. And remember, traders, always try to keep your emotions out of this game, because keeping your emotions in this game will tell you nothing but bad decisions. That is one of the biggest things I've found out in all my years, is that anytime I make an impulse decision, an impulse buy, an impulse sell, an impulse call, it's almost always wrong. What do we do to try to keep the impulses away? Is we try to keep our emotions at bay. One of the best ways to do that is to place your stop first. Place your protective stops first. You know what that thing looks like on your price ladder? It's got a circle around it, and it's got that X. You know what it looks like, right? I'm not fooling anybody here. This is nothing new. This is your stop order. Let's make it official, the whole thing red. Place your stops first before you get into the trade, and you will be able to somehow relax a little bit more. Traders, this is video 1192, expecting a green Omni to start off on Monday. We may have a little pullback first, but at some point we will buy the dip. This is your Russell 2000. I would love to see you at livewithoscar.com. Remember, come on down to my free trading room. Join me where you will find me at all times, day and night. The trading room is free. It's at livewithoscar.com. And subscribe to these videos so that YouTube sends you a video email, a warning email, if you will, every time I put out one of these new videos. Traders, I'll see you at livewithoscar.com. Always remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, I'll see you at livewithoscar.com.